Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The third broadcast recorded at Brick, Blue Star, San Antonio, Texas. What a treat it is to be here. I've got with me our third recorded video guest at Brick. Go ahead. Who are you?
I am Matthew Olivares.
Olivares?
Olivares.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
How do you spell that, Matthew?
Olivares.
So the R sounds like a D, kind of.
Yeah.
Olivares.
Yeah. Well,
Did I mess it up?
close enough.
Close
Really,
enough.
everybody misspells it all the
Do you
time.
prefer to go by Matt or Matthew?
Matt, I guess. That's what everybody... I tell people my name is Matthew, and they just call me Matt, so it's...
Yeah, I feel like Matthew and William are similar in that way. Where a lot
they
of
just
the
kinda
Matthews
call
and Williams I know will introduce themselves as Matthew or William,
And they just call him Will.
and everybody
Matt.
calls them Will and Matt. You know? Unless they make it a point where,
They're like,
don't ever call me Will or Matt.
Yeah.
Full name only. I've had a lot of people think my name is Michael.
Yeah, I could see that. I thought...
It's not.
That's what I thought your name was at first.
A lot of people, that's what they hear when they hear Micah. They just think
Yeah.
it's Michael.
I think we were at a show or something.
Yeah, it's probably
And
hard to
then I was
hear
like-
anyway.
I think he said Michael. I'm just not going to say his name. I'm just
Yeah.
going to wait for somebody else to say it.
I've done that a lot of times. But
More times
Matt.
than I want to admit.
yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, a local San Antonio musician, a real treat to have him here. Fantastic. We've been trying to get you on the show for months and months, actually. I first heard Chavela.
Yes.
We played a show with him, actually
Yeah,
over
a
a
long
year
time
ago.
ago.
Yeah, maybe 2
Was
years
that the
almost, right?
Andrews one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hondros. And I remember I really enjoyed you guys. And then since then, you've started another band, you have the two bands, right? Or how many bands are you in right now?
3.
3. Right on.
So,
Did you
uh,
start any of them?
yeah, I started my band, The Palm Trees,
Heck yeah.
when I was in 9th grade, when I started playing music.
Oh, wow.
But
You guys have been around for a while.
yeah, we're barely putting out music soon, but
Yeah, you guys
we
just
haven't put out
recorded, right?
anything. Yeah, we recorded a 9-song album. So,
Heck yeah.
yeah, it should be fun.
That's so exciting. But Chavela, I'm saying it right?
Chavela.
Chavela.
I don't like.
It's good to do the cha
Yeah,
instead of the sh.
Chavelona.
Chavela.
Chavela.
So, when did that start?
That was, I don't even remember. I feel kind of bad because I don't remember the exact time. But it was I don't remember the exact starting because there was a lot of, all right, let's practice, let's jam and try to write songs.
Kind of
before we
like
actually book a show.
chill and
It was-
relaxed,
yeah,
starting
it was
out.
a long process to get to actually being
Like-
a band and stuff.
Yeah.
That was, I guess, almost 2 years ago. I'm gonna feel bad if I'm saying the wrong date because I didn't actually. start
That's
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Issa started it, right?
Yeah.
And then when did you all meet? Have you known each other for a while?
We met at St. Duke's, the other band we're in.
Okay, so
was-
that's the third band.
Yeah. So
Right
that's
on.
where we met at one of their shows, in like the most like fairy tale kind of way.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, of course.
And also, man, I'm going to remind you, stay pretty close to that mic. In fact, we might lift it up just a little
Okay.
so it
Sorry.
can be. No, you're okay. I
It's
just
just
want to
mine.
make sure we can hear you loud and clear, you
I
know?
forgot we're doing ASMR.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I knew the singer. He started playing at my church, and I had never been to local shows or anything. But we were a band. Like I had my own band. We just never played any shows. We just kind of jam a lot.
Just like jam buddies.
Yeah. And then he started playing in my church, and he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna play a show or whatever." So they were the first like local band I saw, and it was like the second time going to see them, and I was gonna play guitar for one of their songs, and the song that I was playing on, Issa was gonna sing on that song too. She wasn't in the band either, but he asked her to come up and sing that part, and I went up and played guitar.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
stuff. Yeah.
So you both
that
got
was where we
invited to
met.
play,
Yeah.
and
So we
that
met,
was
like,
the first
before
time
show.
you met before the show. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was the first time that you had met, though?
Yeah.
That's cool. And you mentioned church. I kind of thought it'd be funny if there was like an alarm or something sound effect that I had in the show anytime
Yeah.
somebody mentioned church. Ding 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 ding. Like,
Oh,
oops,
it's
I
church.
missed it. Aha.
And then
So
the credits.
is that where you got your start playing music?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And it was like a school, like a week, like a Wednesday morning worship
Oh,
thing. And
cool.
my friend, we were on the baseball team, and he was a senior, and I was in 8th grade, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to play bass? Because I'm gonna graduate, and there's gonna be nobody to play bass."
Oh.
And I was just like walking. We were just like passing each other outside the school, and I was like, "Sure." He was like, "All right, cool." And then he walked away, and I was like,
Guess
I'm
I'm
gonna
playing
play
bass.
bass
Yeah.
now. And then
Did you know how to play bass before then?
No, I didn't.
Ah.
The most musical thing I'd gotten into was when I was like 4 years old. I had one of those first act tiny guitars, something
Yeah.
like that. And I like didn't learn anything on it because it made me mad and frustrated.
I had a similar situation.
Yeah.
Well, I just remembered getting a guitar, like a tiny acoustic guitar for Christmas one year. And my older sister's boyfriend at the time played guitar. And my fam got it for me thinking, oh, yeah, Mike will teach him. His name was Mike.
Yeah.
And then, the lesson, we had one lesson. And he said, all right, here's your first homework. I want you to learn how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb. Just figure it out. And I was like, okay. And I didn't. I was like, this is dumb. I don't know how. You didn't show me how to. And so that was kind of like,
it's kind of a.
I just didn't feel that. And Mary Had a Little Lamb felt like a lame song to me, even though I was a little kid, It was just kind of like, okay, yeah. I would rather play something cool.
I want to play Thunderstruck.
Yeah.
That's
But
cool.
then I got into piano more,
Yeah.
and that was easier for me to feel confident in, I guess, or actually make noises and be like, oh, that sounds cool, And with the guitar, I had a harder time figuring that out until I got to be a teenager.
Yeah. It's weird the way the notes are. Piano's it's all key of C, white keys.
Yeah.
I guess it's easier to get more of a. I mean, I'm not good at piano. But
yeah, but it's a way
it's
easier introduction, I feel.
Yeah.
Or as far as playing by ear and just getting a good sound from something, you can really just play in the key of C and hit certain notes and oh, that sounds pleasant together,
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's the one instrument every musician should get around to. At least basic knowledge of it.
It's a good one to know.
Yeah.
And
It's also the coolest. I know a lot of people say guitar is the coolest.
Debatably,
instrument,
yeah.
but piano's pretty cool.
They're all pretty cool, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Some
I guess
are-
you're right. Yeah.
I mean, I always was fascinated by obscure instruments, and by obscure I mean accordions and bagpipes. I thought those would be really fun to learn how to play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially here in San Antonio, playing an accordion.
That's way more common than I realized.
It's
In
insanely.
Chicano music and stuff, and
Yeah.
mariachis.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Well-
played accordion?
Nah, I mess around every once in a while. My mom's got one. My grandpa had one, so it was like.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
It's all music that I know in my head, but I can't tell you the names of any of it. But it's just if I hear a certain Tejano song, it's oh, it's that one.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You grew up in San Antonio your whole life, right?
Yeah.
And was this school that you were going to a public school or a Christian school or a Catholic school?
It was a Christian school in Cable Westbrook. I don't know if you've ever been over there.
I don't know where that is.
90 and Pin Road.
Okay.
That area is it's a good. I mean, it's an alright area, and it's a little questionable, but
Okay.
it was yeah. I went there my whole life. My mom worked there, and my siblings went there.
Nice.
But
Did you like it?
yeah, it was. I mean, as I started to get older and get into high school, it was man, I'm tired of this place. I just want to get out of here, because it was insanely tiny. My class when I graduated, it was 7 people.
Oh wow.
So it was
yeah.
it was if it was yeah.
You know everybody.
Yeah, so when I started getting into freshman, no, maybe 11th grade, I was like, all right, I'm all right. I'm done with this.
A little tired of this place, yeah.
And then it just sort of became going through every day of school, waiting for but
Senioritis kicked in early.
kicked in super early, yeah. But
Oh man, I think that would be hard. I went to a Christian school in middle school, and there was 28 kids in my class, my 8th grade graduating class.
yeah,
And that was cool, but then I decided to go to public school for high school. just because I had two sisters that went to the Christian school everybody else was going to.
Yeah.
And my sister's experience at that school was not as pleasant. And so I was like, eh. And I had friends at the public school. And so I thought to myself, I think I just feel like I could do more at a public school in some ways. Or like the Christian school felt
Yeah.
more
It's more like
fake in some ways, you know?
yeah, because it's like it's a Christian school, but everybody walks around like everybody's regular people. Like everybody cusses at each other and like
Yeah.
everybody does drugs and it's like
Still,
yeah. I mean they're not gonna stop
Still
each
humans.
student from yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I see where you're coming from.
goes both ways. I think there's benefits to private
I mean
schools and different things like that, and Christian schools and public schools. But I don't know. It makes me think a lot about what it's going to be like when I have kids someday, and
And
it
you
kind of
gotta
makes
s-
me
you
want
gotta
to
make the
just
decision.
homeschool them, but also make sure that they have good social experiences and know how to talk to people.
yeah, I think yeah, I see. Yeah, I don't sometimes that's stuff that's like I can't think about it cuz
No, yeah, and that makes sense. Well, you're still fairly young, man,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I got a couple years.
And that's cool though. That's exciting. What are you doing with your life now?
Now?
Are you going to college and stuff? You doing the college thing?
I went to college, Northwest Vista,
Okay.
for like 2.5 weeks, maybe 3.
Oh wow, short
And then they assigned a group project. This was after the summer, after high school, and they assigned our first group project, like an essay thing, and I was like, I'm not gonna do this anymore, because it's like I didn't want to just get out of school just to go back, and I was gonna do like, I enrolled super late. I was one of those people, and I was gonna do
okay.
like I was just gonna take like music classes mostly, but I couldn't because I enrolled so late, so there were no more openings. So I just had like a piano, like piano 1 or something like that, and then I was doing that, and then I just started skipping classes to go to the practice rooms to play piano, and then I was like, I
probably shouldn't pay for this.
Yeah.
If I could just.
I never actually withdrew though. So
So you
if
still
I ever go back to college,
technically
it's
a
gonna cause some
student?
problems. But I don't know. I keep getting emails from them, but let's not get into that right now. I think I owe about 1,000.
That's. Oh man.
Yeah. I mean, right now I'm just working and playing shows and stuff.
Yeah,
Trying to
that's
keep
cool.
The grind, as the kids say nowadays.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Well, and it's sweet that you're like, I mean, you're actually doing the music thing, you know, because you're like getting paid gigs, right?
Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's really hard. Like
It's tricky to have that
yeah.
consistent. I feel.
yeah, and especially like in San Antonio, because it's not like Austin the way Austin music is. Like but I mean, it's really easy to start as a band, I guess, but to get into where you can make a living off of it, that's the part.
I mean, it takes a lot of work, and just the organization of getting all the people together at the same time, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy how difficult that gets as you just grow up.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like,
Everybody,
oh,
I gotta
sorry, I
work."
have this and this and this and this. And yeah, it's kind of like, I wish you'd give up all your responsibilities and just focus on the band, dude.
Yeah, I think I think I'm pretty good on that balance of work, because like I need money to survive,
For sure.
and also still trying to do the music thing. I think, and
Yeah.
it's super hard getting people together.
It is.
Yeah.
But we should hear one of your songs because we've been talking about you
Oh,
playing
yeah.
music, and now I want to hear you play one of these bad boys.
my handy dandy guitar.
Also, I got to mention before this, you guys gave me such a treat that night a few Tuesdays ago
That was a good.
when you let
night.
me sing a song with you for your encore, dude.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
it was one of your songs.
That
And
was so fun, dude.
You know, while you were playing it for your set, our keyboard player Isaiah,
Yeah.
he was like, "We should play this song with him at the end of our set," and I was like, "All right, let's do it." And then I forgot that he told me that, so at the end he started calling you up there. I was like, "What's going on?" But
I
it
know.
came out really good. It was
I
so
think
much-
it worked
was
really
fun.
well. Oh man, yeah, you
Yeah.
guys sounded great.
That was a good.
Well, I mean, it was a mutual thing. We all sounded good.
Yeah, it was
But like to
fun.
have you guys help and just do it for the first time, like you'd never played it before.
Yeah, that was
It's a pretty simple song, but it was just cool because it felt like Back to the Future, dude.
Yeah, it was.
I was at my parents' dance. I made him fall in love, and then I got to
I
play
know.
a song.
That's really why Mike is here. Well,
Let's hear it, dude.
Yeah, this one's called "The Real Mountain." It's gonna be on our album, maybe June or July.
Is that
probably.
expected release?
Yeah, but
Nice.
this one's, I guess, an acoustic version of it. But
Yeah.
here goes nothing. Hey baby, when did we go so wrong? We threw away our love that we've been working on. Maybe it's my selfish pride, all the things that I feel inside, or the thought that something wrong could feel so right. I had a dream once, you were lying in his bed. All we dreams could just end dreams, and they might still be in my head. I paced near the telephone, for if you would only call. Well, I might not be so selfish, and I love you most of all. And the hardest part was knowing that it could be true, to find myself still really wanting to, and the real mountain that I had to move. Oh, it was on keeping me from you. I left the bed unmade, just the way you would have liked. And I come home and I sleep, babe, on your side every night. I wanna feel your love, oh, but all we did was fight. And you might not understand it, but I gotta do what's right. And the hardest part was knowing that it could be true, to find myself still really wanting you, and the real mountain that I had to move. Oh, it was on keeping me from you. Oh, it was on keeping me from you.
Man, thank you, Matthew.
Thank you.
What a delight, dude. Oh, when did you write that song?
I think I was in 11th grade.
Nice.
Maybe. Yeah, I didn't do my work in class. My voice is cracking a lot. I didn't do my work in class a lot. I would just write songs.
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, so it has to pay off at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's
Were you writing?
I
When
was-
did you start writing music? Do you feel like?
I was maybe 15.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right on.
because I would just sing a lot, and then I was like, I'm gonna try writing a song. And the first batch of songs was what I would call subpar.
Well, yeah. But that's. I mean, I bet they were even better than you think, though. You know, I mean, sure, they were written by a kid, and you can tell a song that's written by a kid a lot of times.
Yeah.
Because I feel the same way about a lot of those first songs that I wrote, where it's like, oh wow,
Man, this was deep.
that's not that good. Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, yeah. Most of the songs that my band plays now is ones that I wrote when I was like 16, 17.
Nice.
But yeah,
That's cool, man.
and then I went through this really heavy Bob Dylan, and Bruce Springsteen phase. Bruce Springsteen, by the way, is my top artist.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't care what anybody tells me. Not that anybody tells me anything, but yeah, he like he had obviously the album Nebraska. I don't know if you ever
Yeah.
listen. That one was like when
I've
I heard
listened
it,
a little.
it was like mind blowing.
Yeah?
Yeah, and his first couple albums are lyrically they're like Bob Dylan songs with like I don't know his band is amazing. They still are.
Yeah.
But the guys he had back then specifically too were like
Just
really
rock and roll.
unique.
Yeah. He had a very, like, I don't know, an almost like legendary sound, it feels, for the era that he came in and
Yeah.
everything. Like, it was very, feels unique, but then, like, it was sort of copied, or not copied, but built off of, I guess, for, like, I don't know, just a lot of music that's come since then.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, I haven't listened to Springsteen a ton, so don't condemn me.
I would
But
heavily recommend his albums up to Born in the USA. Born in the USA is a good album. That's when he started going more like 80s like pop-ish kind
Yeah.
of music.
Got-
But the albums all before that, like Darkness on the Edge of Town and The Wild, the Innocent, those are like albums.
Prime.
Yeah.
prime ones,
Yeah. I can't listen
That's
to
cool.
them if it's like song by song. You just got to listen to the whole thing.
the
you know
whole
what I mean?
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Completion. I appreciate that. What are some of your like modern day favorite artists?
It's a little weird just because whenever I listen to an artist, I get really obsessed with one artist for like a
For
really
sure.
long time for some reason. I guess more recently I've been listening to a lot of the like Sturgill Simpson and
Yeah.
country stuff. Because he's like he's great. He's pretty.
He's really good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Did you watch his video on Netflix?
Yeah,
That was
Sound
wild.
of Fury.
Man.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was really, really cool.
He's one of the ones also I guess the ones I've dug into most like in my like high school years and now or the ones that I had the longest phases with was like Jack White and I've been getting into I don't know if you're familiar with like the Soulquarians, like the late 90s like early 2000s.
I don't know if I am much. The
It's
Soul
like,
Aquarians?
like D'Angelo and
Oh yeah.
Erykah Badu and all.
Yeah, they're amazing.
I
guess I didn't realize they were called the Soul Aquarians.
It was like they called them that in some magazine called them that. or something.
Okay.
But
I know D'Angelo and Erykah Badu are out of this world good.
yeah, D'Angelo is like he only has like 3 albums.
Yeah, but they're
Amazing.
all just like
yeah.
I don't know. He's got such a. He did such a. It's cool that they were in the '90s because that's when it was mostly the
Yeah.
'90s, right?
Yeah. But
And
he's so like he's really good, like insanely good.
Yeah.
Multi instrumentalist. Also Wolfpack a lot is one of the more.
Wolfpack is fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like them.
they make me mad sometimes.
Why?
Just because they're like really they're good, you know. I'm like, man, just get out of here.
Don't let it make you mad, man.
Yeah. No, but those guys are cool. They're quirky and
Yeah.
I don't
Sometimes
think
it
I've
feels
ever
like
said
they're a
quirky
frat.
before, but
Like a whole frat.
Yeah,
that's just a
right?
band.
yeah, they just happen to live together. And
Yeah, like a music
let's
frat.
just
Like,
jam.
let's be a band, guys. Yeah.
Well, let me push this out because
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm doing the old man.
Absolutely.
I might just take a
Relax.
nap if I sit here too long.
Yeah, that's
Just-
all right. Hopefully the conversation we can keep it a little more lively to
No, yeah.
keep you from falling asleep.
No, it's just I constantly
know.
want to fall asleep, so it's not personal.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I can relate. So I like talking about all kinds of stuff. I'd like to hear at least one more song before the end of the show. Not right now,
Okay.
but before the end of our conversation. I'm curious. What do you think about the recent primary results from last Tuesday? Were you surprised?
Honestly, a lot of when it comes to stuff like that, I don't really hear or I don't really know what's going on until like a couple days after,
Yeah,
and then I'm like,
I feel
huh,
that.
that's
Huh.
I'm like I don't know. I don't think too much about stuff like that, but I don't know. It's just interesting. It's funny to sometimes to kind of take a step back and just see what everybody else thinks about it,
Yeah, I agree.
and just be like stand in the shadows and watch them.
I'm similar in that way because I don't, and maybe people get mad at me because I'm too in the middle, I guess. but I just like to hear everybody out, you know, before forming a really definitive opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think the whole like climate of everything, the way that people are talking to each other, that they disagree with, on both sides, it seems like they're so ready to condemn anyone that thinks differently.
Yeah.
And I'm just not into it.
It's like everything's so intense.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It seems a little too dramatic for me sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's interesting. I didn't know if you were real into politics or anything.
no. I
Thought I'd ask. I
yeah,
didn't. I
I
can't
just-
say I expected you to be, a crazy, like super into politics
Yeah.
person.
No,
Trying to think of other terms that I could use, but man,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a standpoint on
What
it
would
just
you
because I
s-
feel like other people. That's other people. I just go to work every day.
yeah,
That's all I do.
you got opinions, you got
I
thoughts,
mean-
man. What would you say you're passionate about?
When it comes to what?
Just life, living,
Just life?
being you, man.
Just living?
What do you care about?
What do I care about? I think
I like asking people what they love too.
they love.
Yeah, what do you love, man?
I don't know, man. I like playing music. I love playing music.
Yeah,
I don't really do a lot. I like driving when there's
I like driving.
no traffic.
Yeah,
Like Sunday morning driving. A little bit of
it's a
that.
good time to drive.
That's something that I don't appreciate enough. I don't know. There's not a lot of. I like.
You don't love much, huh?
Yeah, I don't love things. You know, my family. I don't love that.
no.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a simple man.
A simple.
Yeah.
That's good. Where? You got a lot of siblings?
I have 4 siblings.
Nice.
Yeah.
You the
I'm
baby?
I'm the little bebito.
Up top, dude. Sames.
Yeah.
Isn't it great?
I mean,
You don't like it?
yeah. No, it's pretty good.
It has
My-
been wildly easy being the youngest for me.
It's a little too easy.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
my brother picked on me enough, so it's.
Yeah, I didn't have any brothers. I just had 3 older sisters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a. It's my 2 sisters, then my brother, then my other sister,
And you.
Me and my other sister is like, I think it's like a 7-year age.
You and
gap
your
there.
oldest sister?
The one closest to me. in
Oh,
age.
wow. So you're quite a bit the
Yeah.
youngest.
It's pretty late.
Yeah.
They make it a point to tell me that I was an accident.
Not an accident, a surprise.
yeah.
man.
Whoa. But yeah, no, they don't pick on me that much about it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's good having siblings.
I think so too. I like having siblings. Do you feel that you're like pretty close with your family?
Yeah, my even like cousins and stuff
Nice.
like that, pretty close. I mean, not super close, but like my siblings especially were pretty super close.
Yeah.
My parents and stuff like that. But
Yeah. You seem like someone who gets along with your parents.
yeah, yeah, I never really had any problems. Like I just didn't do anything to upset them.
Yeah.
So
I
we
feel
never
like
had, like,
as
a
the
thing.
youngest, you kind of learn
Yeah, I just
from
didn't.
your older siblings what not to do a lot of times.
Yeah.
Or maybe how to better hide it.
I never really
No?
I never really wanted to
Break the rules.
disobey. Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
okay.
That I can relate with that because I remember times where I would disappoint my parents and just how sad I would feel for like upsetting or disappointing them. You know, like they never abused me or anything like that.
Yeah.
Where it was anything, they were just like, I just know my parents loved and cared about me, and so if I did something where I could tell they were genuinely disappointed, it was like,
Well, that's
Oh.
worse.
what
That's
have I
worse than
done? Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I try not to do that.
What
There's
about?
been rough patches, but
Yeah.
it's all good.
What are you, things that you like are aspiring or kind of do you have a lot of goals? I'm bad at setting goals myself.
I try not to set too many, just 'cause it's sort of a sarcastic way to live, but I feel like if you put your expectations really low, then you won't be let down as much.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if that's the best way to.
I think you can rob yourself thinking that way
Yeah,
sometimes.
also
Because
I don't like to think too far ahead in the future.
yeah, well
Just kinda
that's the
one step
thing.
at a time.
So often you can make a plan for something and just by making the plan, it's like you're planning for it to get mixed up and changed.
Yeah.
Like just earlier this week, I was planning to have the day on the road, like traveling for my work, because I have some road days now. But I ended up, and so I had stayed up pretty late the night before because I knew I could sleep in a little later and not have to rush as much. But then I ended up having to go in, and I ended up being like really tired the whole day because I'd made this plan and thought about it in advance. Oh, I'll stay up, late tonight because I don't have to be at work as much tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bit me in the butt, dude. Really, really
that's
turned
the
its head on
worst.
me. That's why I don't plan. No.
That's why I don't have anything planned at all.
Nothing. No. I'm trying to get better at it, but not too. I think we can kind of. Sometimes I think people can trap themselves in their
Yeah,
plans.
because then I feel like when you set too many future goals and stuff, it kind of like you start to think about it all as one thing instead of step by step. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got to do this, I
Mm.
got to do that. And
It can get a little overwhelming.
also, yeah.
I remember I played this Tonka video game, and it was like a construction game on a computer.
Yeah.
You'd build stuff
Yeah. Wait.
and just do construction projects. You probably played it too,
I think I'm-
honestly.
Okay.
And I just remember the construction guy would say, finish one job before you start another.
yeah.
That really stuck in my head, man.
That's where you learn
Yeah,
your
but
my
I don't.
entire morals.
I'm still not. I'm pretty good at starting multiple jobs at once.
Well, yeah. I think
Yeah.
that is
Uh.
a good life lesson.
Yeah,
That
dude.
Tonka-
Everybody should play that
Tonka
Tonka
truck,
game. Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Coming of age.
you want to play another song?
Sure.
Heck yeah, dude. Let's hear another tune. Talk a little longer.
I haven't played acoustic in like.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
wow, it's just
usually
been, like,
slamming on the
electric
electric,
stuff.
dude. And
I
the
don't-
way you can make an electric guitar sound, Matt, honestly, it's like you make it sing.
Well,
You make it
thanks.
sing to everyone that's listening. I've been so thoroughly impressed every time I've heard you play music.
Well,
So.
appreciate that.
No, don't get cocky, dude.
It's a lot of hours. It's a lot. I didn't do anything else when I started playing music.
Yeah,
I was like, I'll just quit baseball.
just
That's all I did. And then I was like, oh, I'll just play music every time I go home. And then it's
just became your big hobby.
yeah. I mean, I had nothing else to do.
That's cool. Well, it shows, man. I'm glad.
Thanks.
Let's hear it.
This song is called All the While. It's slightly sadder than the last one.
That's okay.
I mean, let's take a stab at it. If I was a man who could never lie, I never would have told you I think this is goodbye. And I never would have said that I don't love you anymore. And the wind would never push these ships upon the shore. Oh, how many moons have torn apart the day, and the space between us grows with the loss of yesterday. You were my first love, and it'll always be that way. Though I can't love you anymore, still the memory remains. And if I could never lie, I tell you I still need you. I tell you I still need you. You're still there, girl, I had. And it's heaven just to see you. And it's heaven just to see you. If I could never lie, I tell you I still need you. I tell you I still need you. You're still there, girl, I had. And it's heaven just to see you. And it's heaven just to see you. It's heaven just to see you. I forgot the second verse, so I just
Oh, that's
sang the
okay.
chorus
No,
again.
yeah. That's good, man. When did you write it? Another high school tune?
Yeah. I think that was
Were you
well, I don't know. I think that was maybe like senior year or something like that.
nice?
Yeah.
Were you in a relationship that you felt dishonest in?
Oh, well, I'm not gonna come out explicitly and throw myself under the bus.
Of
No,
course.
Well, I don't know. My
I mean, you don't have to go into it
yeah, I won't
necessarily,
go into details.
but
it's
just I think it's interesting how much relationships inspire songs.
yeah. I mean, that's like what literally all my songs are about, just relationships.
It's easy.
Just 'cause yeah, and it's like I don't know. I would, like
Oh, and I didn't
just
mean
throughout the
easy in
day.
like
That's just what I think about. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's like
I think relationships are the meaning of life, dude. In a lot of
I mean,
ways.
yeah, 'cause
Not just romantic relationship. I mean, like just relationship in general.
yeah,
There's a lot of
like with different people and
yeah. There's just so much value in actually connecting and knowing people. You know. I
then
feel.
it's like yeah, 'cause then there's a difference from when you like go home to an empty house, and there's like oh, that sounds really depressing.
No.
But like or like if you don't see anybody like during the day that you really know or whatever, if you see somebody you know, and then it's like sort of changes the whole like makes everything better.
And the whole idea of like each and every one of us changes one another each time we interact with one another.
Yeah.
Like whether we know it or not, we're all influencing and impacting each other in subtle ways, I think.
Yeah, like even if it's not like any kind of relationship, like friends or acquaintances, or
Yeah.
like just people you see, like
Anybody, just human interaction almost. But I think there's something to be said about relationships that you like foster and grow, you know, and actually take the time to invest in.
yeah. Well, no,
No, that's
I don't know what I was gonna say.
okay.
uh,
I don't either necessarily. I was just
all right.
rambling.
well, I'll see you later.
Whoa, no, whoa, whoa. Got a little time left.
I don't even.
We got probably about 5 to 10 minutes left.
All right. I mean, take as much time as we need, I guess.
I so appreciate your flexibility, man. We were gonna start earlier, and we didn't, and so I appreciate you sticking around and, you know, being willing to adapt.
Well, yeah. I don't. If I have nothing to do, then I'm not gonna be like, oh man, it's gonna be later. I'll just be like, I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
that's
you know,
life. That's showbiz, baby.
That's showbiz. baby.
Sometimes you start a little later.
Yeah. I mean, it's yeah. I like being flexible with time and stuff. Unless
Me
I
too.
actually have something to do.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
of course.
but if I say I'm gonna be somewhere, especially if you're asked to be somewhere, I don't want to like complain about anything. You know what I mean?
I feel that. I think it is far too easy to complain sometimes, and I try not to because I find it really bums me out. Like just me personally, and then I also notice it bums out everybody around me when I'm complaining.
Yeah.
you know?
Towards like the end of high school, not that I was a complainer or anything. Towards the end of high school, I sort of developed a little philosophy in my head of just don't care about things so much. Like a lot of the things I say sound really like lazy, but if you just like
I get what you're
like
where you're coming
like
from,
when
though.
like especially minor inconveniences, like oh this is canceled or this is gonna be a little bit later. I'm just like
Okay, yeah,
it's easier. It's easier when you just don't, because then it doesn't affect your mood and you feel better just in general.
yeah. I feel there's a way to practice contentment and learn how to not let things have such a drastic impact on your emotional state. You know,
Yeah.
because it's I don't know. Nobody likes to be disappointed, but some people it seems they have a hard time not letting that disappointment ruin like their entire day or entire week or month sometime, you know, or like
yeah.
and then they find a new one to go the next day or you know like cuz there's always going to be something to be upset about.
Yeah. I think if you
Always.
just think about it's not gonna matter like 2 days from now or like tomorrow. You know what I mean? If it's not gonna matter then just who cares?
Yeah.
You know, like
There's like a it's
not worth the
almost like
time.
nihilism,
I mean
but not quite.
yeah.
Because you still think things matter.
yeah, but it's just the things that shouldn't matter, just don't care about them.
Don't care as much, yes.
Sorry. I mean, even if you're a little upset about it, just be like, you know what?
Just learn how to maybe learn from it, right?
Yeah.
Instead of dwelling on how miserable it is or
Yeah,
much
because
you hate
then I think that it changes, you know, who you are as a person. It's like makes you like that guy. You know what I mean?
that guy.
Yeah. You don't want to be that guy. That guy is the complainer. I think that's one of my
grumbler.
pet peeves when people
Yeah?
complain a lot, especially when it's like minor things. It's
Yeah.
just like,
That gets old because it's like,
yeah.
I hadn't even thought about that until you said it. And now it's just annoying that you brought it up, you know? And I'm going to complain about you now. No.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Well,
Oh, man. What are some things you'd like to leave us with, Matthew? Maybe some final thoughts, some encouragements, maybe some, what advice do you have to give to the lovely listeners of Oops, I Missed Church? The viewers, even.
which I'm just gonna look at all three of these
Yeah.
cameras.
Or me. I need advice,
or
dude.
I don't know. I'm not really good at advice.
Yeah. You don't really have to give advice. You can say whatever you want.
I think it's good to my TED talk. I think it's good to just sort of focus on your. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know, man. I think I was gonna say something, but then I realized I didn't know how I was gonna end it.
That's okay.
I mean,
Let it just
you know
let
what?
it
That's
try.
my philosophy.
Let it
Just-
try happen.
yeah,
and,
just-
I mean,
I don't know. There was I don't know. Just try not to let people affect you if you don't really care about it. Just live your own life, I guess.
Hmm.
And you know what? Go to church
go to church. Why?
because you got me there. I haven't even been to church in a couple months actually.
I was gonna ask.
I've been
do you miss
backsliding.
church?
I do, yeah, because I used to get tired of church a lot just because you play every Sunday and it's
When
like,
you start doing it as like serving at church,
yeah, it's like
you can get pretty.
yeah, like
Tired.
I've gone to like 3 different churches, and the first one was my first church, like that I grew up in and stuff. And then eventually, it's like, you know, you got to take a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's just that I work Sunday mornings now, so it's like kind of a hard thing to.
I'm just kidding.
What?
I
What?
just
What is
like to be like the type of Christian that would
Oh,
freak out.
God, what, you
Working
work
on the
Sun-
Sabbath?
on the Sabbath? But I don't know, man. Yeah, I gotta go back. A lot of churches now are like they're kind of. I was gonna say strange, but I guess that's not a good word for it.
There's some strange
especially
churches.
now. Yeah, there's definitely strange churches. But I don't know. A lot of churches now are. There's a lot of like hipsterish churches out there, and
Yeah,
places that are more like inviting and open. You know what I mean?
definitely.
My first church was
More
super like
inclusive and-
traditional, and
Hmm.
but I don't know.
I think it's really interesting all the variety that there is now.
Yeah, that's
in
another
churches.
thing. Like when somebody had asked me like what denomination the church was. I was like, I don't know what a denomination is. What are you talking about? I just assumed I don't know. Man.
Are we all the same?
Yeah, I was like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about? But it's just I don't know. It's just churches are getting with the times now. I just can't stand modern Christian music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like sorry to all my
Don't worry.
K-Love listeners out there. Which I don't know.
I don't know how
K-Love's
many
over there.
Oops, I Missed Church K-Love listeners there are. Probably some. My parents listen to K-Love every now and again.
I'm
My
sorry
mom
to
likes
your
it.
parents.
No, they'll understand. They know that
It's I don't know.
contemporary Christian music has a weird sound to it, where it feels
It feels like
pretty
it's trying to be-
formulaic and like a little tacky, as I just heard.
Yeah. What's that?
It's
God?
God?
It's like it's tacky. No, I mean,
No.
it's because then when I hear it, I'm like, there's no like there's no
fe-
like emotional like
yeah, some
like-
of it feels like fake soul almost.
yeah
you know?
like with
And
like
some
gospel
of it's
music
good.
and-
I will say I've heard some songs, and I actually do like worship music more. Like
Yeah.
I like songs that are like more in a like they were even like hymns, you know,
Yeah.
just some of the beautiful poetry that's in some of the old hymns, and then some modern day worship songs I really do enjoy. But the contemporary Christian songs that are not necessarily like worship music, but more like trying to mix worship with
With,
a
like,
poppy
yeah.
vibe, kind of.
but then it just kind of makes it a little too cheesy.
Yeah, it feels sort of cheesy sometimes.
Yeah. Another thing that gets me too is like lyrics. Like it's just like
Yeah.
it's when it's seems like it's like people sitting down going, this rhymes with this, and
Yeah.
I don't know. Like with gospel music, it's like people who don't like, even if you weren't like religious or Christian or anything, and you listen to music like that, it's like it's good music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you mean like
Like
gospel, like
more
soul?
like yeah,
Yeah.
where it's basically soul music and
Heck yeah.
stuff like that. That's the good. That's where
I can feel that.
you can feel it. You know. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Man. Well, Matt, we got to close things down here.
why? Do we have to?
Because we're at it.
Yeah.
It's the end of the first
It's
hour.
3 in the morning.
Or we could do it. We could do this in the second hour. I don't know when I'm going to broadcast this part yet.
Okay.
But I would love to have you on again sometime, and even with more of the band members.
Yeah,
I think that would be fun.
love to do this again.
Heck yeah,
I
man.
am a talker, not in public spaces where there's a lot of people, but
You know how to
I
have a
tend
conversation.
To go into conversation a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's. I mean, sometimes I know how to. Except for earlier when I tried to send off a good message or whatever. That was a flub.
Nah, dude, you're doing great, Matt. Doing great. I've had a
Well,
delightful time talking to
I've
you.
had a great time.
Is there
This is
anything else? Anything else you have to say,
Can
ask,
I
or
plug
anything?
something?
Please.
Can I plug anything?
Let me hear it.
Oh, I think that's really just that album.
Yeah, it's coming out.
The Palm Trees.
And if they
The
wanted to
Palm
hear
Trees.
anything by you right now, can they? SoundCloud, Bandcamp, anything?
Not the Palm Trees. Well, we have
Chavela
a song
can.
on SoundCloud,
Okay.
which is like one that we recorded in our drummer's bedroom a long
Nice.
time ago. The Palm Trees song is called The Mountain. That's on SoundCloud. But yeah, Chavela does have music, Spotify, Apple Music.
Yeah.
It's the Not Today E EP.
But the Palm Trees is coming out this summer. Summer
Yeah.
2020.
Summer 2020. Yeah, June, July.
A 9-track record.
Yeah, 9-track record. I was kind of hoping it'd be longer, but the songs that we put on there are songs that we've been playing for like over a year.
And they're pretty lengthy
we-
songs, right? You got
Most
some
of
length
them,
to them, right?
most like 5 minutes. 4 and a
Yeah,
half,
I
something
like that. Do you guys know the album name yet?
I think we're gonna call it East Drexel, which is
East Drexel,
90 in like Hackberry, that area.
a street.
Yeah, it's where we sort of started the whole band. Our drummer's
cool.
house was there, so I think we're gonna call it that.
I like that.
Good little homage.
Yeah.
But
Right on.
and then St. Duke's also is working on some music.
Heck yeah.
Not too sure on a specific release or anything, but St. Duke's on Spotify, Apple Music. I don't know why I'm talking like that.
Dukes?
ST. Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Right on.
St.Dukes.
Yeah, St. Duke's.
Yeah, check that out.
Heck yeah,
Yeah. All right.
man. Matt, what a pleasure it was and always is on Oops, I Missed Church, here recorded at Brick for the third time. Such an honor to know you and to have you as a guest. Oh, wow.
Shake. Give me.
Dude, can I show you a handshake that I yeah, check it out. You put your hand like, well, actually, I don't know how easy this is going to be. Put your hand straight up and then place it next to mine, and you lean your head forward and say, Asian man.
Asian man. What is?
It's okay, it's okay. And then you go, white man. It's a celebration
Oh,
of diversity.
Okay. Yeah.
And then black man, and then Batman, and then Spider-Man, and then Ninja Turtle.
That's the one I was gonna show you. You stole my.
Oh, I still.
No, that's good. That's You know what? That is good.
Thanks.
This though just reminds me of the
You want to arm wrestle?
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers. You know.
Yes. The meme, right?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Well, now.
Yeah. Now it's a meme.
Man.
But the bicep handshake.
Ah!
One day we'll get there. Yeah.
All
It's
right.
been great.
Matt.
I will give you a 9.5 out of 10.
Wow.
Scale of interviewers.
Oh, wow.
You know what?
Don't you dare give me a 10. Don't do it. I will not
All right.
accept it.
All right.
Nothing's perfect.
Maybe next time. Nothing's perfect.
Oh, man. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again. Matthew, thank you again. Matthew Olivares.
Olivares. You can say Olivares if you want.
No, cut. We got just kidding. No, okay. But for real, thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Peace like a river.
Peace like a river. You got peace like a river? Like the song.
Exactly. I think that's it, guys.